You never know what you'll find in the universe of my mind. Okay, so having lighting issues as usual, as well as strange technical issues, but we'll see how this works out. Now, I have an idea, but I'm having a hard time making it work. But last time, day 11, I colored the backside of the pine tree. So that is done. And today is Thursday, February 29th, 2024. So happy leap day. It is a leap year. Yeah. So I get an extra day this year. That's awesome. Okay. It is already 4:30 p.m. Man, just aren't enough hours in the day to do all the things I want to do. Anyway, I have an idea, but I don't know how well it's going to work. And because of the way my project has been going so far, this isn't really going to make sense. See, a true tunnel book is basically where each layer is, the opening is slightly smaller than the one before it. And so mine, it's not a true tunnel because I've got, it's not, I mean, this first page would have been if I had kept doing it this way throughout and just like ended with the small, very small opening at the end. But just because of the way I'm doing it, it's just not going to work out that way. So that's why whenever I say tunnel book, I do the quotations around it. But anyway, but because of the proportions that I've used so far, this one isn't really going to make sense. But there are huge trees out there in the real world. And this is a fantasy forest, so I guess it's okay. It's just that I can't seem to figure out how to make it look right for this idea I have. But I'm just going to try. Oh yeah, that might work. Okay, so this one's going to be just a little bit different than what I've done so far. Okay, so I folded it that way, but then because this is the good side of the mixed media paper, and this side is great for what I want to do inside here. So I folded it back the other way. So okay, I wanted to do some cutting and stuff, but I don't think it's going to work out for this part of it. Doing that. So what I am going to do is get a sheet protector and do some basic coloring. Just the ground, the same thing I've been doing all along, just do some ground, and then I'm gonna color this. I'll check back in a bit. So I made some marks with my inkless pen. I'm going to fold it over. Everything's fighting me today. One of those days. But I'll get there eventually, I think. Okay. Now, as I color this tree, I will color this the same way. Cut the way it's going to be because I need to know what to do on the other side. Okay, so eventually this will attach like that. And stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to color this the way I've been coloring the trees. That might not have been a good idea to glue that together because yeah, okay, let's not do that after all. It's one of those days. I don't know if I'm gonna get anything done today. Okay, so I'm gonna do some coloring and I'll be back. Okay, so that's too many. I think it's too many. Yeah, that's better. Pressing really hard for this. Good. Okay, then I'm just going to make some lines. Now I'm going to do something similar to this side. Okay, now this is ginger root. Let's do this on this side. Tiny hint of raw sienna, which is very similar color. And then cool gray 10%. And then a hint of beige sienna, just a little bit, and a small amount of nectar, and then colorless blender. Okay, so this process that I did just now on here, I'm going to do the same thing everywhere in here. And I'll be back. Okay, I had to move the camera so that I could reach my paint. And so I had a hard time getting it in the right position again, and so yeah, I apologize if things are not straight. I know that bugs some people a lot, but there's not much I can do because of the way things are. Okay, so while I was coloring, I also added a little bit of cocoa and light umber to the just a little bit of lines and stuff in there. On this side, I think I'm going to just very lightly put those colors on. I don't remember in what order I did it, but I don't know where a fairy would find paint, but it doesn't really, I mean, they just get it from wherever they get it, I guess. Whatever they scavenge and find bits and pieces from the human world, probably. They just find pieces that have paint on them and use their tool, or maybe they know how to make paint with berries and things or something. I don't know. Anyway, This is Christmas Red. Crafters Deco Art Crafters Acrylic Paint. And I'm going to paint this door. And I'm not going to like really do a good job as if the paint is peeling or something. Maybe I changed my mind about that. Okay. While the paint is still a little bit wet, get a skewer and make some wood grain lines in it. This side's already dry. Crazy. Let's try putting a smidge more paint there so that I can do that technique better. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. In the meantime, yeah, I'm going to put that aside, let that dry. In the meantime, I'm going to show you the inside here. It's kind of a very light, washed out color, so kind of hard to see. It's counterintuitive, the orientation of the camera. It messes with my brain. Anyway, so that's how it would look if I had it open like that, but it's not intended to be open like that. It's intended to be this way. Okay, I replaced my paper, what do you call it? Drop sheet. It's not really a drop sheet. Whatever it is. Scrap paper, I guess. I'm not gonna try to get it super straight, but I'm gonna that's too big. Okay. Too big. That'll do. Okay, so basically I'm just gonna use all these colors to make myself some bars in the window. Colorless blender. Color the other side the same way. I should have done that before, but I forgot. Then tiny hint of blue. This doesn't really matter. Okay, now I'm going to use template to make a frame. pink and orange, just a little bit beige, light umber, ginger root, and chestnut brown. Chestnut brown, but darker for some shading. Colorless blender. Scissors. Chestnut to fix the white of the paper that is showing. No, this is cocoa, not whatever I said. Call that good enough for that. Okay, just a piece of packaging. Double-sided tape. Okay, hopefully this is enough. Adhesive for it to, hopefully it'll stay on and not cause trouble. Maybe I'll put a little bit of glossy accents on the bits. And while I have that out, I'll use that to glue it on the window, because it will be a glossy thing. Yeah, the glue all probably wouldn't work as well with. Okay, it looks like it worked pretty good. Okay. Probably too much, but we'll see. Okay. Clean the window again. Okay, so I'm going to make myself another frame in the same way, except that I don't need glass, for around here and around the door on both the inside and outside of the door. And I'll check back